What's up there, misfits? Welcome to Pages of Ascension. Welcome back, of course, if you've been hanging out with us for a little bit. This is the Zodiac season guide reading for Cardinal signs for Gemini season. So, how did that eclipse treat y'all? I'm curious, because you know the energies got really weird right beforehand, like a day or two before the eclipse. And I sat down and tried to do your reading, I think 3 times, like a couple days before the eclipse, because I, didn't want to do it during the eclipse. And I gotta tell you, nothing about that reading seemed quite, it was strange. Like, High Priestess came up as the tipping point, and it just, wow. It was kind of a hot mess. So that's why you're getting it now. So, in any case, I hope everybody is doing okay. I'm going to go ahead and start getting your cards shuffled up here to get them on the board. I do want to point your attention to this side of your screen. Go ahead and read that disclaimer. That is for any and every single video on my channel. Go ahead and pause the video if you need to in order to read it. And if you're down, stick around. If not, this is a good time to exit stage left, okay? So I don't have any messages for you. Nothing came through. A bunch of stuff came through before the eclipse, but the energy is shifted. So it is what it is. Nothing there. So with that said, so you don't have to hear me breathing and shuffling. Oh, maybe. Hold on. Did any more flip over? That was like a whole... I almost didn't even see those. Okay. So let's see what we've got here. Oh. That's interesting. Okay. Let me scoot these up just a little bit. I tell you, I love this cloth, but everything attracts it, and trying to get these little creases out has been kind of a nightmare. So if anyone out there watching this video happens to know the best way to get creases out of this type of material, it's almost like a velour material, holler at your girl, okay? I'm a little concerned that an iron will burn it, so maybe I'll try a steamer. Anyways, so it looks like the energy must certainly has shifted with the Two of Cups coming up this time in your tipping point. I like the way this is looking. I like the way this is looking so far. Okay. Alright, and then we've got our last 3 here. Oh, so everything came out. You guys don't get the dancing bears again this season. All right, bottom of the deck, you have the World. Oops. Make sure y'all can see that. Okay. So let me marinate for just a moment here. Okay, this is super interesting. Let's look at your theme. Forgiveness. I love it. I like the themes that are kind of coming up here, but there's a little bit of, I'm not too happy about here at the end of the reading. So, what I'm seeing here is that there was something that you were probably confused about, or will be confused over, during Gemini season. And there's enough confusion that you feel the need to speak up, say something, speak your truth, even defend yourself to some degree. Okay, to break through this confusion. And in doing so, I do feel like there is victory to be had. Now, I can't deny it with the Two of Cups sitting here right smack in the center. This is definitely feeling like love or romantic partnership specifically. And I would even go so far as to say is that whoever this person is that you're dealing with, y'all haven't exactly been on the best of terms or even talking terms. There might have been a massive argument that takes place or has taken place as you were entering into Gemini season, okay? And it probably centered around you needing to stand up for yourself. Now, I feel like you were being divinely pushed to do this here with the sevens popping up. My eye keeps coming back to the fact that both of the cards starting off your reading are sevens, okay? This was divine intervention. That confusion was put into place so that you would step up, is what it comes down to, okay? But now victory has or will be had. Again, it depends on when you watch this and what your storyline is, okay? For some of you, this happened as you were entering into Gemini season, and for others of you, this is what's on the horizon, okay? But I do see victory here because you did this. And doing this is going to open up the lines of communication so that forgiveness can be exchanged. You know, and that's kind of how it goes in a scenario with two people in a romantic partnership. You know, it's easy to say that one person, or even if you want to go there, the dominant person, quote unquote, causing issues in the partnership. You know, it's easy to say that, oh, well, you know, I don't need to forgive. They don't need to forgive me. I need to forgive them. But here's the thing. In partnerships, it takes two people. Okay, so forgiveness, as far as I am concerned, is an even exchange. Even if someone is going out of their way to make your life miserable, this is a terrible partner. Now, I'm not talking about abuse here. I'm just talking about someone who is really an unsuitable partner. Now, you can blame them for acting like an unsuitable partner and not treating you correctly, but at the end of the day, you're allowing that. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, forgiving this person is one thing based on whatever argument this was. I don't feel like it's anything that was, it feels a little bit more like a petty argument, to be really forthcoming with you, than something that was extremely serious, if that makes sense. But it was a blow up nonetheless, okay? So not only does forgiveness need to be exchanged between the both of you, or at least that's what's being suggested, but in this instance, like, depending on your reaction to this, there might be a need for you to forgive yourself, okay? Or for this person to forgive themselves in order to heal the situation so that the two of you can move on. Now, that's the good part of this reading that I'm seeing. You spoke up, you got victory because of that, so there is a union that's coming into place. This could just be the two of you getting on the same page. This could be a union as in marriage, like a level up. The way that this card is landing, the Two of Cups here, it feels a little bit more like declarations. Sharing emotional information, emotional declarations of feelings here, surrounded by the Ace of Swords, or the Ace of Swords next to it. But here's what's not so awesome about this particular reading, Cardinal signs. You've got the Eight of Swords and the Five of Pentacles here on the other side of the board. Let me show you these. So this is someone who is trapped in poverty consciousness. Now, I don't know if this is you. I don't know if this is the person that you're dealing with, because it's not, nothing is sticking out enough to specify who this would be, whether it's you or your partner, okay? It's just kind of giving me an overlay of the situation. But when we get here, we get to a point where it's like this person doesn't, you or this person, I should say, don't feel like they're worthy or you're worthy, okay? Like, how do I explain this right? There's a lack of self-worth that's going on here, despite the fact that this union of sorts is taking place. And that's what's not so awesome about this. And I feel like whether you or this person, if this is not addressed, then this hard work that's going into forgiveness and coming back into union, you're just going to end up repeating the same cycle. So there's a serious issue of self-worth, either you or this person, okay? Pick where you fit. So let's look into our clarifiers. Let's see here. What do we want to clarify? Actually, the only thing that I really like want to take a peek at is this, because this is absolutely mental energy. Now, it's really weird because, this union coming into Swords and speaking, declarations, if you will, somehow this is also translated into a mental energy. We've got the Ace of Swords, Ace of Swords and the Eight of Swords together. That's making 9. Nine of Swords is the nightmare card. So it's like, it could even be for some of you that it's either you or the person that you're dealing with is afraid of being economically, they're afraid of being in or under the poverty level, if that makes sense. So I want to look at this here because it seems like going through all this to get to this place of forgiveness, to come back into union, declare your emotions, feelings, and whatnot, but then to only be put into this energy of low self-worth and impoverishment, it doesn't quite fit with everything else that I'm seeing, and I want to see why this happened. Now, it could just be that, one of you, it just, for whatever reason, doesn't feel like you're good enough for the other person. It's not telling me. Hopefully the clarifiers will give us a little bit more information on this, because this is probably the strangest part of this particular spread here. So we're going to look at the Ace of Swords, the Eight of Swords, and the Five of Pentacles to see what's going on here. Okay, so we have Fool energy with the choice. Healing. Okay, this is kind of starting to make sense. Get one or two more. Okay, so King of Earth at the bottom of the deck for your clarifiers. Cardinal signs. I feel like what's going on here is that either you or this person has experienced some kind of loss that the other is not aware of. Okay, now this could be a past partnership. It could just be something that's in the family or friends. It really could just be mental with all these swords here. So it could be, for example, an outmoded philosophy. All right, and with the eclipse being in Sagittarius, that is a possibility for a lot of people as a theme. Okay. However, again, it depends on where Sag and stuff lands in your chart and what house and all that jazz. But in any case, overall, it's fair to say that what either you or this person is going through is an outmoded philosophy that is literally in the process of being cut out and something new rebirth. So it's like, you don't see it now, and this person doesn't necessarily see it now. Because again, I don't know who you are in this. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't even catch that before. So, the way this reading is kind of coming out, whoever is the divine feminine is landing in this energy right here. And whoever is the divine masculine is in this energy over here. Okay? So what I'm seeing is a philosophy that is in the process of dying with the divine masculine. I hope that makes sense, okay? They're healing some type of trauma. With the choice card being here in the Fool energy, the Fool, they say, is Aries, represents Aries. Aries is the baby, right? Baby of the Zodiac. So this could be inner child healing. Okay? Or healing the wounded child. Even, yeah. So, yeah, something new is getting ready to be birthed in this situation for the divine masculine. So, with that said, I'm actually going to take a peek at the divine feminine here. Ooh, okay, I'm getting confirmation that is a good thing to do. To see if there's just any additional messages here, because the way it stands, the way the energy is flowing in this for me, the divine feminine looks solid. There's not a whole lot that's necessarily necessary for her to act on, or for them to act on. There's victory. This has been superseded and now there is victory. But for sake of argument, let's just take a peek anyway and see what pops out. The Counselor. Okay, that's super interesting. So, yeah. Bottom of the deck. So you guys can see that the glare is like really not awesome. There we go. Okay. Okay, the key to this person's healing, the key to the divine masculine's healing, is in the ability of the divine feminine to counsel. Now, for those of you that have been watching me for a while, like, I don't necessarily pick up distinctive energies like that in the same reading. This side is masculine, this side is feminine, but it happens to be coming out in this instance for the cardinal sign reading this season, okay? But that's what's going on. I think for the divine feminines that are watching this, you have some natural talent or ability or way to understand the masculine's mental energy, if that makes sense. And because of that, you are an effective ear for this person when they need to discuss some things. And if you weren't aware, now you are. They don't necessarily feel like they are worthy of you. So, you know, I'm all for people needing to heal themselves. Like, I am all about that. You know, we each individually heal ourselves, and then when we come together with other people, we are much stronger, you know, as a unit, whether, you know, friendship, romantic, family, whatever. But it all has to do with us healing ourselves and taking those steps to do that, okay? However, in this instance, I'm not sure what the connection is, because it kind of feels karmic-y. Karmic-y, okay? But your ability to counsel this person is going to somehow help to neutralize some of this energy. Or at the very least, make it so the door to the new cycle that the two of you are trying to walk into, and the healing that's necessary for this person to complete before you can both walk through that door, you're going to help out with that. Counseling them in some kind of way. Okay. All right. So let's look at your other cards. Now, what's really awesome about the messages that came out, first one flipped up as I was shuffling. And this one's really interesting. It says, "For this you were born. Foster your intention for incarnating in this dimension." And it's really interesting. Like, if you look at these two cards here, like layering these, they look very similar. So I feel like this energy is specifically talking about the divine feminine in this particular instance. So I don't know if there's some of you out there that either are in the profession of counseling and therapy and mental health, or that's something that you were considering going into, but this might be opening that door for you as well. I'm not sure exactly what it would be about this situation that would kind of help cue you into, you know, knowing that this is a bona fide part of your path to pursue a career in mental health and wellness. But something about this situation is going to do that for you. Again, for this you were born. You're a natural at this, divine feminine. So, interesting. So the second card that we got, it says, "Flip it upside down, question your beliefs." This is the craziest reading I think I have done to date. So, this is interesting. The fact that 2 cards came up. Now, what's really interesting, if you look at this card with all of these. Oh, can you not see it? I think it might be cut off there. Okay, I will hold them up. Being super, super special. But if you look at, like, the color scheme is even the same here. Okay, so I love it. That's awesome. So I feel like this is what's going to be happening with the Divine Masculine over Gemini season. It seems like the, feminine in this particular situation has well prepared for this, in a point that they've become a teacher. Like, that they've kind of stepped into the role of teacher for the Divine Masculine here. That's really cool. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. Okay. So, kind of like I was saying with the eclipse coming out, eclipses always take something, right? So I think that this is a philosophy or a thought form, or even like a pattern, an emotional pattern. We'll say emotional mental pattern, because there's definitely a connection there here, the way this is going. But that's something that is being released and healed with the Divine Masculine over Gemini season. So let's look at your last card, which is the lesson, soul lesson. I swear, if this doesn't tie, like, this ties together so incredibly well. Wow. So patience. It says, I accept that everything happens in divine order. I'm not going to even bother this is self-explanatory, okay? And like seeing how everything is kind of flowing together, there is a massive healing taking place in this particular partnership, okay? Or I would say a particular partnership for cardinal signs. And I'm not sure, it's different for everyone, but this is someone that there's a deep emotional tie to, okay, at minimum. So have patience, okay, because the rebirth is coming. The rebirth is coming, okay? So we're going to go ahead and call that here. This was freaking awesome, cardinal signs. I love this reading. I love this reading for us. Okay, so with that, thanks for joining me. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you do that kind of thing. Show your support. Donations and links and website and all that jazz can be found down in the description box. Much love to you. Grateful for each and every one of you. Your peace is your power. And I'll see you next time. Bye.